thanks for joining me today. I'm Seth Himebaugh, the author of the book called Whispers of the Wind, a Torcorvion Tale, and I'm the creator of the Torcorvion universe. Today I'm excited to share with you a short story that I just wrote. I wrote Whispers of the Wind, which I think is a wonderful novel. I'm so proud of it, and I'm glad that I wrote it, but I felt like I wanted to take a step back and focus on writing short stories and poems and shorter content that is just more evocative and gripping, and I just really want to master the fundamentals of writing and storytelling before I continue writing these epic novels. So I'm going to start writing some more short stories, and I figured I would share the first one today with you. It's in the third draft right now, but I wanted to kind of give everybody an early access to it before I publish it in a collection of other short stories. The Perfect Tapestry. Art. Never has there been a finer thing, and never a gnome as captivated by it as myself. Tapestries that unfold like silent symphonies, each thread a note of beauty or pain, weaving a melody of life and death, love and hate, entwining freedom with confinement. All can be shown on full display in a single carving, no two pieces alike. The simplest tapestry may yet contain the power to entrap the most complex of mind and soul for all eternity. It's this passion, you see, this passion that has brought me to this place. It is here I watch as many beings of all races come to admire the varied works that are hung on the cold stone walls of this lonesome keep in which I now rest. The most enrapturing of them all, indeed among all the tapestries in Ragglenibbit, or Alara as you humans prefer, is my own, if I may be so astutely humble. Allow me to regale you with the tale of how this piece of art, this haunted masterpiece of mine, came to be woven with such beguiling perfection. Born in the surface city of Ikzendor, only 632 cycles after the sands of the earth spawned life in the form of wee Gnome, I, Ragglenibbit the Bold, had been entirely smitten with the art of weaving from the moment I beheld the zillerdok, and yet a foreboding shadow clung to my enraptured mind, an omen that whispered of an artisan's fate bound inextricably to his creation. Oh, how its steaming heart and shimmering threads of gold and silver captivated me, a dance of light and shadow that promised a mastery beyond the mundane, and the harmonious clatter of its stone-based gears and copper mechanisms kept me trapped in its tantalizing enthrall. Captivated by its marvels, I spent countless hours practicing, mastering its labyrinthine stone gears and its steam whistles. With every twist and turn of each mystical thread, I wove patterns not just into the fabric with which I worked, but into my very own soul. By the time I had accumulated 83 cycles of life, quite young still for a Gnome, I was the most skilled weaver in all of Ikzendor, and a restless ambition festered within me, an insatiable thirst for a creation that would surpass the honed skill of even the most practiced weaver. With each passing cycle, this haunting obsession grew within me, a relentless pursuit for the perfect tapestry, a creation that promised the fulfillment of my soul, yet was interwoven with the hint of sinister threads. Not a single work of mine, however, could I faithfully call a masterpiece, let alone perfect. I had seen many tapestries woven throughout our city, while the neighboring Gnome cities, namely the lofty Vindalcorians, wasted their cycles in worthless prattle, idle debate, and utterly lackluster engineering. Ours were fruitfully spent in artisanship. I had developed quite the keen eye for artistic quality in a vast array of artistic forms. Some may call me persnickety. I simply maintain a high level of subjective artistic quality in what I deem good art, but I come by it honestly. That is all to explain that I had become fascinated, singularly driven in fact, by the idea of this perfect tapestry. It was unthinkable that there was not, or would ever be, such a piece. Rumors, however, an art form unto themselves, whispered rumors, one evening, fell, twisted, tumbling treasures, upon my ears. Rumors of an ancient site, sacred, some, like myself, might call it. The site of the very first zillerdok, crafted not from stone and copper, but carved straight into the trunk of a deceased sagewood tree. Or so the rumors whispered. So too the rumors whispered that the creation of the device resulted in its creator's soul rent from their body, being imbued into the zillerdok, granting it a mystical power unknown. The tug of my heart pulled greatly, urging me to chase these whispers. The prospective ancient loom a tantalizing lure, a siren's song I found myself wholly unable, perhaps yet unwilling, to resist. Perhaps still, I mused to myself, upon seeing the ageless instrument of weavery, I would be struck with the transient epiphany I had become so deeply submersed in creating. My journey, brief but arduous, led me through dense forests to the ancient zillerdok's resting place. True, for any wondering, true were the tales that the zillerdok had been hewn straight from the trunk of a decaying sagewood. To have felled such a marvelous creature, so imbued with infinite insights, so teeming with timeless tales were they, I could only cogitate on the curse that must have been laid upon the who that slew this sapient soul. But as my eyes were drawn back again to the heart of the zillerdok, with its intricate timber implements, the alluring flute-like apparatus which swayed, hanging low in place of where the steam whistle would have sat in a more modern design, it became evident that time had taken its toll on the ancient weaver's tool. Quite overgrown had it been, with the purring vines of a wondrous whispering polypore, the numinous fungi ably beseeching me ever nearer to the apocryphal zillerdok. Tentatively, my hand fell gently upon the entrancing, ligneous weave of the contraption, and a sudden change overcame the air. The very fabric of reality seemed to waver and shimmer. The device, now seemingly alive, revealed intricate, ancient runes, hidden prior to this portentous moment, that blazed forth with an eldritch glow, marking my passage from the tangible world into a realm of otherworldly visions. My hand remained steadfast, resting upon the carved, macabre carcass of the once sentient tree. Should I have so wished, I might have removed it, but I had no such whim. My mind, it felt, oddly at ease, at peace, a serenity I had never known. Time itself slowed. It waxed, it waned, drifting ever slower to a blissful, baleful halt. And there, deep within the spaceless space, the timeless time, there I stood, alone with the zillerdok. I drifted ever slower to a baleful, blissful. There it was. I saw it now. Finally! In that moment of mystical connection, the world around me faded away, giving rise to a space that defied the very concepts of space and time. Before me, within this realm of suspended reality, a captivating scene stretched out, tangible yet ethereal, present yet untouchable, into whose enthrall, immediately and entirely, helplessly I plunged. The image before me seemed to shift, ever intangible, ever evolving, weaving a tale within its throes of yearning. I saw an intricate, multifaceted depiction of the nature of creation. The colors, the splendor, the eerie beauty, all captivated marvelously in its pernicious visage, wove a narrative of life, from lush landscapes to elaborate architectural wonders, an ethereal being who seemed to be on a journey for passion, a quest for perfection. The path in the vision was laden with trials, triumphs, and a profound evolution of the handsome creature depicted within. Deeper. Oh, how deep could I have been drawn into the ethereal painting. Deep, oh, how deep the concepts conveyed within. The construct of time, so limited, flawed, intangible, fleeting, pressing, suffocating, watched by all, waiting on none. Complexities. The complexities see thee. Concepts of thought, vast oceans of emotion, depravity, elation, sanity, mundane. Such beauty, surreal. Held it was, so enticingly, held in so small a space. Time. How much had passed? How long? How long since I first gazed into this image, this lurid noose? Eternity? A moment? A moment stretching, reaching, clawing its way to the infinite. Repulsive. The thought of trying to break free from the portrait's hypnosis. Why should I? Why would I? Could I? Yes, I'm sure. Sure of it. Could. I could. Yes, I could, if I chose. But don't. I do not. I choose not. The portrait. Yes, the portrait. Mine eyes, do they fail me? Believe it? Believe it not? Believe. Scarcely, though I believe. So many cycles, so long, so excruciatingly long had I been seeking, prowling for precisely that, expressly this, only ever one, this one, for this one lonesome depiction. My life spent. There before me, just there, right there. Or rather this, here, this, in this space, unspace. This reality of manifest unreality. A tapestry. The tapestry. I beheld it, my gaze lingering, but only for an instant, a moment, just a moment longer. Eyes darting to, darting fro, this color, that curve, a tapestry most ravishing, most exquisite, refined, perfect. Air, chest filled, slowly, so painfully slow. A breath, 2, then a third, 4. I began to breathe deeply. Clarity met my fractured spirit. A long, elated tear dripped like honey from my eye, followed by another, and still yet another, until they came flowing freely from mine eyes. I wept ceaselessly, until I felt I could weep no longer, and yet, weeping, I remained even after. It felt as though my soul were begging with me for sweet release, to be free from the confines of my being. A burning hunger to reach out and embrace the image that threatened to overtake me. Never before had I beheld such rapturing pulchritude, such sedative allure. I knew then it was my masterwork, waiting for me to weave it, channel it through my will, through the zillerdok. I would see it through. I pressed my hand harder, desperately against the weathered wooden carcass of the Sagewood device, willing it, pleading with it, to weave the flawless woven canvas I saw in the ethereal space before me, yearning to bring the idyllic masterpiece into this mundane, tangible realm in which I had dwelt. With each woven thread, the symbols in the Sagewood shimmered brighter, bolder, glaring off the ephemeral mist surrounding me. All other light dimmed, flittering, sparking. Crack! Crack, crack! Air, air, air! The air around me crackled. Ancient, latent, oppressive spellwork. But never mind it. The tapestry! Masterpiece taking shape. Breathe, forming before my eyes. Once more, each thread woven, masterpiece emerging. Yes! 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 No! No, no, no. A deep breath in. Steady myself. Sanity slipping. Grasped it. Tight. Tighter, damn you! A gnawing realization grew within me. This was more than just a tapestry. It was a culmination of my very essence. Great, looming tendrils erupted from the image, a triad of sibling vipers, writhing, hungry for their prey. A prey they found in my very soul. I tried to run, but my feet were bound, rooted to the space of unspace in which I stood, frozen, webbed by unseen chains. The dark, shifting pythons lashed out, striking with desecrative accuracy, aimed at the core of my essence, finding their mark and sinking deep their fangs, latching onto me with an unbreakable force. As each thread continued to be woven, my tears continued to pour until they became rivers of crimson. As I poured my very essence into the tapestry of duplicity, this cursed, wretched thing of perfect beauty, my own body and soul began to unravel, being woven directly into the tangible tapestry, now almost complete, which lay strewn across the moss and leaf-covered forest floor. In the weaving of the final thread, my essence ebbed away, leaving a profound stillness. Darkness enveloped me, not as a shroud, but as an embrace, sealing my union with the tapestry, my eternal canvas. Here I watch, a treacherously immeasurable distant cycle long after I came upon the ancient zillerdok, as many beings of all races come to admire the many varied works that are hung on the cold walls of this stone keep in which I now rest. The most enrapturing of them all, indeed among all the tapestries in Ricklin, or Alara, as you humans prefer, is my own, if I may be so astutely humble. A tapestry of profane splendor, a tapestry in which all the soul yearns to feel and experience is on full display. Beauty, pain, life, death, love, hate, freedom, confinement, art. Never has there been a finer thing. Hey, thanks for checking out my short story with me. I hope to see you here later when I do my chapter reading of continuing Chapter 4 of Dwarren from Whispers of the Wind. And I will see you later. Leave a comment and let me know if you liked this, if you didn't, what your favorite part was, if anything resonated with you, and I hope to see you later.